routine. I went whale watching in the morning, hit up one of my favorite restaurants called Ugo and saw Adam Sandler, then went to a special art exhibit at the LA County Art Museum. To finish off my night, I went to a Laker game. So if that's not cool, I'm not sure what is, and that's what this video is about. What are some of the cool reasons why people move to and live in Los Angeles? Now, there are a lot of other great reasons why to move to Los Angeles, and you'll see them in some of my other videos on the channel. But this video is going to be about kind of the cool factor of what's so great about Los Angeles. And you're gonna want to make sure you stay tuned to the end, because one of the last items on there is a cool factor. You may not think of it, but it definitely is. The first cool item on our list are the beaches. And yes, maybe I'm starting off with the most obvious, but it is one of the coolest factors for living and moving to Los Angeles. You have awesome beaches from Malibu to the north, all the way down into Redondo Beach and Long Beach to the south. That whole coastal region is pretty amazing. Each one has their own vibe. They're not all the same, although what they do have in common are the expansive sandy beaches that you can really take advantage of just relaxing on the beach, watching the waves crash, listening to the ocean, seeing seagulls, just having a nice picnic on the beach. If you're into beach volleyball, then you're going to probably be into Manhattan Beach, Santa Monica. If you're into surf, then Malibu, Santa Monica, Venice, as well as Manhattan Beach. And if you're into bike riding, well, good news is you've got a bike path that takes you from Malibu all the way into Redondo Beach with ease along the coast, and just beautiful views, beautiful sights, and a lot of people take advantage of that. It's such a cool factor for living in Los Angeles. And yes, there are coastal communities all throughout, of course, the West Coast, but Los Angeles is pretty special with its expansive beaches. Now, for me, growing up as a kid, I was always at the beach during the summer, 4 or 5 days a week, literally would be on my bike, taking my bike over there, hopping on the bus, the number 8 Santa Monica bus, the blue line there, and spent my day, so many hours there, whether I was boogie boarding, playing beach volleyball, just laying out in the sand, having fun with friends. And as I got older, I continued enjoying the beach, brought my family there so many times, and my kids loved it, being in the ocean. Our oceans, they're not flat, they're not calm, they have surf, so it is a fun experience to be out there. I will say the water is a bit colder being on the Pacific coast, not nearly as cold as being in Northern California or the Oregon coast, but it is colder than the Atlantic Ocean during the summer, especially in those waters over there. But with the warm sunshine that we have, the nice cool water is actually quite refreshing. And so people in Los Angeles really do take advantage of this. Whether you live in West LA, it's a 5 to 15 minute trip to the beach. If you're in downtown Los Angeles in that area, 45 minutes or so, an hour if the traffic's bad. Same with the San Fernando Valley. If you're living there, 45 minutes to an hour and you're at the beach. So it has easy access. There are different access points. And so taking a bike ride along the coast, you got Pacific Coast Highway. I forgot to mention that. Beautiful coastal drive, especially if you're into the sunsets. You can just pull over, watch the sunset. I've actually done that. It's many times. It's just something about it is just very calming. And whether you're someone that likes to be active at the beach or just enjoy the water and the kind of the expansive sight out into the horizon, taking in the sun and just relaxing, that is what the LA beach lifestyle is really all about. And it is such a cool factor when living along the coast in the Los Angeles area. I'm Dave Fine with the Real Estate Dads of eXp Realty, licensed agent here in Los Angeles. My team and I love helping people move to and relocate to Los Angeles. Hit us up at the contact information below. We've helped so many people move here. Also, if you like what you see in these videos, subscribe so you get to see them more often in your feed. Comment below. We'd love to hear why you're making the move to LA. Second cool item on our cool list is the food scene here in Los Angeles. The food is awesome here. And you've got such a wide variety of food and so many choices of all sorts of food. It's really unmatched. I know, yes, places in New York, you've got great restaurants. San Francisco, same thing. San Diego and Chicago, other parts of the country. But LA is quite special. We've got amazing street food with pop-up carts and people dishing out amazing food, food trucks, all the way up to Michelin star restaurants. We've got about 25 of them in the LA area. So the variety of range as far as cuisine, as far as price range, as far as your experience, your environmental experience of where you're eating food, it's really unmatched in Los Angeles. And especially because we have such great weather here in Los Angeles, you could eat this delicious food outside many of the times, just adding to that food experience. And what's nice about Los Angeles, it's kind of a casual city, so you can go to your food trucks and be casual there, and you can go to these fine dining restaurants and be pretty casual there. What I love most about the food scene in Los Angeles is that you can find food from all around the world: Mexican food, Thai food, Spanish food, Portuguese, Korean food, Japanese, Filipino, Brazilian, German, you name it, it is here in Los Angeles. And it's not just like one or two restaurants of these types of these foods. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of these types of restaurants all throughout the city, all throughout the county. So you can have your variety and not just go to the same spot over and over again. Of course, that's what we do. We find the restaurant that we like and we go there, but it's also fun to try new experiences, different takes on the same type of food. And so it is just an endless opportunity of having that food experience. They've got food truck events here all throughout the city, which is pretty awesome. They've got Taste of Los Angeles, where these restaurants put on special menus at special discounted prices, where you could sample different types of foods all in one day or over a course of a couple of days. So food is a really big deal here in Los Angeles, and it's really cool that you can experience all sorts of food from all over the world. I just love that. And it's something that I grew up with and truly am grateful for and appreciate. In addition to like the restaurant scene, we also have a really fresh food here, ready fresh fruits and vegetables. There are a lot of farms and farmland in California. I know people don't necessarily think about that, but we have a big agricultural community outside of the Los Angeles County area. So we get the freshest fruits and freshest vegetables year round because the weather allows it. And so it's awesome where you can get citrus food year round and it tastes great, berries year round and it tastes great. It lasts longer. They've got a great farmers market scene. Every day of the week, you'll find a farmers market in some neighborhood, some community, and they're dishing out their fresh produce. It's just really, really awesome. And you can taste the difference. I've been in other parts of the country where the food doesn't necessarily taste as fresh because it takes a long time to get there. What I also love about the Los Angeles area is that so many people are into their own gardening, growing their own vegetables, growing their own fruit. So food is a very important part of the LA culture, and I think it's just so cool that we have got this great restaurant scene, food from wherever you want, and that you can grow your own fruits and vegetables, and you've got local farmers bringing in all fresh constantly into the restaurants and the farmers market. Now, the third cool item on this list are museums. I love going to museums wherever I go when I travel, but being in Los Angeles, I've got access to probably over 50 museums just in the LA area. So that makes it pretty cool and pretty special. And it's all different types of museums, different cultural museums, art museums, science museums, rock history museums, movie museums. So, I mean, just to name some of the ones that I love going to, especially taking my family, La Brea Tar Pits is a pretty special place, kind of a dinosaur museum. The LA County Art Museum, always putting on special exhibits. The California Science Center and the Exposition Center, really cool museum there. They've got the shuttle over there. It's just amazing experience. The Skirball Museum, they've got a great Noah's Ark exhibit. Kids love it. The Natural History Museum. You've got the Huntington Gallery and Libraries, which is kind of a mix of indoor and outdoor museum. You've got the Griffith Observatory at Griffith Park on top of the hill there. Fantastic space museum. You've got the Discovery Cube, which is dedicated just for kids. Great for kids to run around, and it's a really interactive museum there. And there are so many more museums in the Los Angeles area. It's really, you just never get tired of it. And it's always a nice outing. If you don't really have anything planned and you're like, hey, let's do something and check it out, or just constantly, there's constant exhibits and special exhibits in all of these museums, which makes these places to go repeatable. It's not just one and done. So having all of these museums really adds to the cultural element to Los Angeles, and I personally think it's a pretty cool factor. All right, the fourth cool item on our list are amusement parks. Now, this is not something you're going to do on the daily. Well, some people do. If you live closer to Disneyland, people have passes, and I know people that go several times a week. But we do have access to some really cool amusement parks by living in Los Angeles. Not all of them are right in Los Angeles, but they're really easy to get to. The closest amusement parks that we have in Los Angeles will be Universal Studios. This is pretty special and unique. Unlike other amusement parks, it's not just rides and carnival stuff. They actually give you back lot tours of the studios. You can see how they do sound effects, visual effects. It's really cool, and they also have special events. They've got a great Halloween haunt there, and it's just right there in Los Angeles, easy to get to. You could spend the day and the night there for sure. Also close to the Los Angeles area, it's going to be the Six Flags Magic Mountain. Now, this is for your thrill seekers. They've got the craziest, the fastest, scariest roller coasters in the LA amusement park scene. So that's going to be kind of in the northern section, more like Santa Clarita, but really close, 45-minute drive, even closer if you live in the San Fernando Valley. Now let's talk about the big one, Disneyland. That's technically in Anaheim, Orange County, but again, close enough, an hour hour and a half depending on traffic, maybe 2 if you're living a little bit further north. But Disneyland is special. We all know about it. We all hear about it. And they also, of course, put on special events during Halloween and the holiday season. And then you have Knott's Berry Farm. Now, Knott's Berry Farm is kind of like Disneyland's little cousin, but it's less expensive, a lot less expensive. They've got cool rides, kind of a cool Western theme there. But the one thing that they do better than anyone else, in my opinion, is their Knott's Scary Farm during the Halloween season. Universal does put up a good fight and a good challenge. Maybe it's just nostalgia for me because I went to Knott's Berry Farm, their Scary Farm, so many times when I was younger. But it's a cool Fright Fest thing. It's not for any faint of heart. It is pretty startling. It can be pretty scary. But it's a lot of fun. So you have all of these amusement parks kind of right in your own backyard. I think this is a really cool factor because, well, not many places across the country or the world have access to this many amusement parks. Of course, we know Florida with Disney World, Epcot Center, that is definitely competing with us as well. But LA is unique with all the amusement parks that we do have here. The fifth cool item on our list are the sports teams, the sports scenes here in Los Angeles. Now I'm curious, if you are going to be moving or relocating to Los Angeles, comment below what sports teams you're going to be, what fandom you're going to be bringing with you. Because I know when we move, we always keep our fandom to our hometown or the team that we've been following for our whole life. We don't necessarily change to the place that we live. So I'm curious to see what teams that you follow. But when you live in Los Angeles, there's no shortage of sporting events, professional, collegiate, or otherwise. And I'm a big sports junkie. I'm a sports fan. I love it. And the crazy thing is, though, I'm not a big LA sports fan. I love sports. I grew up in LA. I'm a big Oakland A's fan for baseball. That is my team there. But people are diehard fans of LA. So we've got the LA Dodgers and the LA Angels now. Angels are technically in Anaheim. They were the California Angels, the Anaheim Angels, and then years ago they switched to Los Angeles Angels to kind of pick up on the Los Angeles market. So technically they're not in LA, but they call themselves that, so we'll include it. That's for baseball. Football, we've got the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers. They play at SoFi Stadium. By the way, the Dodgers play at Dodger Stadium. It's a really cool stadium. It's close to downtown, but it's not right in downtown. It's on a hill, great views, beautiful sunsets. Now, if you're into basketball for professional men's teams, we've got, of course, the Lakers and the Clippers that play at SoFi Stadium. They play at Crypto Arena in downtown. And then you have the LA Sparks for the WNBA. Now, if you're talking hockey, we've got the LA Kings. I'm not going to include the Ducks because nobody really talks about the Ducks as being LA. Now, for all you soccer fans there, we've got the LA Galaxy and the Los Angeles Football Club. And for women's soccer, we've got the Angel City Football Club. I think I got all the professional sports teams. And then if you're into college sports, our biggest schools are UCLA and USC, which are amazing sports programs in all different types of sports, championships all around, and so many different programs. So if you love college sports, we've got that. We also have smaller colleges that have some great collegiate programs. So sports is all throughout the city. It's a big part of our culture here. And of course, individual sports. We've got, because we got the beach. We've got a lot of skateboarding, a lot of surf competitions, volleyball, beach volleyball is big here. And we've got great golf scenes, some really cool golf courses here. So if you want a sporting event, we've got it year round. And it's just really cool to have that much access to that many sporting venues. And this all trickles down into youth sports because professional sports and collegiate sports are such a big deal here. High school sports is a big deal, not quite like Texas football, of course, but we're a big deal here. And younger than that, the recreation level, the AYSO level, Little League level, it's all ingrained in the youth here just because I think we have got so many sporting venues and sporting events throughout the year that if you're a big sports fan, it's a cool thing to have to be able to go to so many different professional and collegiate games. All right, the sixth cool item on our list is the diversity and culture that we have here in Los Angeles. Now, I kind of touched on this with the food scene. Now, the reason why we have such a great food scene is because we have such diversity and so many different people from all over the world living here that they bring their culture, ethnicity, and their food with them. And I think it's pretty unique and special when you're living in Los Angeles to be exposed to so many different cultures from around the world. I know I learned a lot growing up. I had so many friends where their families were from different places, so I got to participate in their holiday events, their dining experiences, and just their customs there. And I feel like being exposed to that at a young age just gave me a different worldly perspective without necessarily having to travel. Now, don't get me wrong, I love traveling, experiencing cultures in their own countries, but to have it here right at your fingertips is very unique. I mean, it's in schools, your kids get to be exposed to it. You get so many different cultural events, community events, and festivals all throughout the year. To get to be able to go to those and enjoy those is just amazing. You've also got little towns within city. You got Filipino town, Koreatown, Chinatown, little Tokyo, little Ethiopia. You've got Alvarez Street. You've got the Fairfax district, Baldwin Hills, Baldwin Park area, and so many more different cultural enclaves. Now, I say this not that everyone from that culture lives in those areas, but they have a lot more restaurants and cultural events in those specific areas. But what I really like about Los Angeles is that people are living all throughout the city from all around the world. It's not just in these enclaves. So you really get to experience everybody from everywhere. Having traveled to other parts of the country, lived in another part of the country for a little bit, friends and family in other parts of the country don't necessarily get that same experience. They have to travel to get that. So having it right here within the city that you live in is pretty cool and pretty special. Cool item number 7 of why people move to and relocate to Los Angeles and why people love living here is the location of the city itself. Now, there are very few places around the world where you can hit up the beach, the surf in the sand in the morning, and get to the mountains for skiing down the slopes in the winter. Now, of course, if it's not during the winter, you can still go hiking and mountain biking in those mountains. It is about 2-hour drive, 2.5-hour drive, even closer depending on where you are in Los Angeles. But you can do that in one day, and it's incredible. Yes, the water may be colder because if it's snowing there, it's going to be wintertime. Not that it gets super cold in Los Angeles, but it does cool down. The 60s at the beaches, a little bit of wind, so the water's a little bit colder, but it can be done. So, and during the summer, again, it doesn't have to be going to the mountains for snow, getting up there for some really cool hiking or a weekend getaway in a cabin, but you want to go to the beach first. Not many places offer you that opportunity, and I think that is just a really cool thing to have that experience in Los Angeles. Now, Los Angeles is also pretty centrally located to many other cooler regions of Southern California. You've got Santa Barbara to the north along the coast, beautiful coastline there. Lots of great cultural events there. They've got a great art show there, some cool museums, fantastic dining. It's about 2 hours away if you're in San Fernando Valley, maybe an hour and a half away north. And you've got San Diego to the south, 2 to 3 hours depending on traffic. So you've got the whole San Diego community there. Of course, so much there to experience. You've got Palm Desert, which is kind of in between Los Angeles and Big Bear, going east. Palm Desert, Palm Springs. Great getaway, great food scene there, great nightclubs there. You can get up the monorail, hit up the mountains there. That's actually another cool thing to do. You could be in Palm Springs in the winter or fall winter, and it's sunny, comfortable weather, and then you go up I'm calling it a monorail, but I forgot the name of it, but you go up, travel up to the mountain, and you've got snow there, and it's a lot colder. So you've got Joshua Tree, which is about a couple hours away. Beautiful desert landscaping there. You can do Airbnbs there or camp there. You can really have some special outdoor experiences there as well. Oh, and I forgot, Catalina Island is only about, I think it's an hour and a half boat ride, maybe 2, depending on which marina that you're traveling from. But Catalina Island off the coast, really cool spot, good food, wine tasting, hiking, scuba diving, all sorts of fun there. And so centrally located, so not only do you have all of this stuff to do in Los Angeles, you'll never get bored, you'll never get tired, but you also are really close to some really cool other parts of Southern California and the mountains and an island. So it's pretty cool. All right, the 8th item on our cool list are celebrities. Now, for me, this isn't a huge deal. I know I mentioned it at the beginning where I got to see Adam Sandler, and I'll be honest, it was cool. It really was. But I'm not starstruck here. I don't go searching for celebrities. That's not something that I'm into. I know people that are into that and want to be in the same place as they are. I don't go seek it out. But it is kind of fun when you're just at a place and randomly see some sort of celebrity, whether they're in the movies, TV, sports, whatever it is. There are a lot of celebrities here that live in Los Angeles. Of course, we've got the Hollywood, Universal, Burbank, all the studios are here. Great sports teams, as I mentioned. So They live all throughout the Los Angeles area, and you will see them. They even have star maps. This has been going on for ages. You can purchase these maps, and it'll tell you where they live, so you can go check out their homes. And sometimes they're accurate, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they tell you where these actors and these celebrities frequent. The types of the restaurants they go to, and so they've got bus tours. They've got star tours, so you can hop on a bus. It's double decker. If you're on the top, it's open, so you're enjoying the sun. They take you around the highlights of Los Angeles and where celebrities tend to hang out, so you may see them there. If you're really into it, Beverly Hills, Malibu, Bel Air, Westwood, Brentwood, Calabasas, Santa Monica, that's typically where you'll see most of these stars. Again, I don't seek it out, but it is a cool factor. I'm not going to deny that. So you'll see celebrities like Ben Affleck, Justin Bieber, Adam Sandler, as I said, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Elon Musk, Drake, Harry Styles, Kevin Hart, Julian Huff, and hundreds of more that I just didn't name there. That was just off the top of my head, just thinking about it. So, and in addition to that, you'll see your famous sports figures, of course, people that are on the Los Angeles teams. They're celebrities too, and so you'll see them hanging out as well. So it is a cool factor that is unique to Los Angeles. Of course, other parts of the country like New York, San Francisco, your big cities, you will see them as well. But I will say LA has plenty of celebrities. It is a cool factor, even if you're not super into it, like I'm not super into it. When you do see them, admittedly, you kind of get this cool vibe. All right, the 9th item on the cool list of why people love moving here and living in Los Angeles is there's so many things to do here in the city. Now, throughout this video, you've heard so many cool things already. I'm going to get into it a little bit more. Now, if you are thinking about making the move here, I'm curious to see what is driving your move to Los Angeles. What are you looking forward to most? Again, my team and I love helping people move to and relocate, so make sure you hit us up at the contact information below, reach out to us, and we'll make sure to take care of you and answer any questions that you have. Also, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button for more videos. So, cool things to do in Los Angeles that I haven't mentioned already. We've got a great nightlife here if you're into that. Bar scene, club scene. I took advantage of that for sure in my 20s and my early 30s. I've slowed down quite a bit. I've got a couple kids now, and so my cool factor has maybe diminished a little bit. But if you are into that scene, there is plenty of that, especially in the Beverly Hills area, Hollywood area, Santa Monica, in and around downtown area. So that is a pretty cool thing. We've got comedy clubs all throughout the city. We've got awesome music venues. So if you're into the music scene, they've got great concerts here. Hollywood Bowl is a very popular place, outdoor concert setting. We've got a lot of indoor concert venues, especially along Sunset Boulevard in the Hollywood area. You've got an amazing zoo here, the Los Angeles Zoo, which is part of a bigger park, the Griffith Park, where the observatory I mentioned before. They've got a really cool train museum there, plenty of hiking trails at that park as well. Now, I mentioned hiking now, hiking throughout the entire city. You've got Santa Monica Mountains, so you can access that from the coastline. You get these beautiful coastal views on these trails. And if you're on the back end in the San Fernando Valley, you get the views of the valley. And then also you've got hiking throughout parts of the San Fernando Valley, the northern part and the southern part. And in, as I mentioned, the downtown area, you've got Griffith Park. For all you shopaholics, people love shopping. There is plenty of that. So many different shopping districts. Too many to go through in this video. Of course, Beverly Hills for high-end shopping, but Santa Monica, Century City, some incredible shopping there as well. We got festivals all throughout the year. We've got great playhouses, movie theaters all over the place, virtual reality centers everywhere. Of course, we've got bowling alleys, pool halls. You go to boat ride out of the marina, rent some sea-doos, go kayaking, go surfing, go hiking, bike riding along the coast. You name it, whatever you're into, we've got that in Los Angeles. You don't need to travel anywhere outside the city to find it. It is all right here. And again, as I mentioned with restaurants and the type of food we have here, you just don't have one or two or three of these venues. We've got dozens, if not hundreds of these venues all throughout the city, so you will never be bored living in the city of Los Angeles, and there's always something to explore. I grew up, born and raised there, 40 years of my life there, and I have yet to explore everything. I don't know if it's even possible, but there's so much more to do and so much more coming into the city, and it's just a really unique, really cool factor about living in Los Angeles. All right, I'm glad you stayed with me this far because I mentioned something at the beginning where I'm going to talk about something that's cool that you may not necessarily even think of as being a cool factor when moving to or living in Los Angeles, and that is the weather. Now, I've talked about weather in my other videos, so if you've seen that, this may be a little bit redundant, but the weather is a really cool factor living in Los Angeles because we have about 300 days of sun a year. Not many places can boast that. The average temperature throughout the year is in the 70s. It just begs you to be outside, soak in the vitamin D. I love being outside. I grew up being outside. Love having my family and kids outside, and just so many things you can do throughout the year and not worry about snowstorms, getting drenched in the rain, putting on extra layers, dressing your kids up before they get out the door or dressing them down when they come home. You know how much time that adds. I love eating outdoors, so I love that so many restaurants have outdoor seating. I love outdoor barbecue and grilling with family and friends in the backyard, block parties, parties at the park, so many outdoor activities, hiking, bike riding, yoga outdoors. And I'm just, again, not shoveling snow during the winter, not chiseling ice off my windshields. Not a big fan of that. So when you move to LA, it is super cool. And people just, it adds to like this happy element. I don't know if it's the vitamin D or just the sunshine constantly. No, we're not holed up in our home for weeks on end while it's raining. And it's just a comfortable temperature. Yes, it can get hot here during the summers, especially in the San Fernando Valley. You will hit triple digits, or even in downtown or the eastern portions of Los Angeles, but there is relief. You just head west, head to the coast, and you'll get immediate relief. And again, much of Los Angeles is very, very comfortable. And until you really experience what it really is like to live in a city, in an area that has that many sunny days a year, you really don't quite understand how that plays into your psyche. Again, family, friends, clients that have come this way, that's one of the first things they talk about is just the beautiful weather, how sunny it is. They could do outdoor activities during the fall, during the winter. I mean, it's January and it's mid 70s right now, so that is pretty rare, and it's such a cool. So if this list isn't cool, I don't know what is, or maybe I'm just not cool. But this is my top 10 list of cool reasons of why people move to and relocate and live in the city of Los Angeles. So again, if you're thinking about making that move or relocating, hit up my team and I at the contact information on the video and at the information below. If you like what you see, subscribe, tap the bell to get notified for new videos, and comment below of why you're thinking about making the move here to Los Angeles. We'd love to hear from you. Always here to help.